Hey, so let's be honest, right? Like people's attention span these days are so much shorter than I guess as they were maybe once upon a time. I don't know. I mean, we've got two littles, and we can tell you, even with toddlers, like the attention span is like do, do, do. And we live in a noisy world, technology, ads, all the things that we want to keep people's focus like in on, on the website and how you're helping people, which means that you have exactly 3 seconds to really be able to capture a visitor's attention when they come to your website. So, we're going to talk today about going through and doing your own 3 second test of your own website to make sure that when not just people, but your ideal client and someone who's going to purchase from you, invest in you, or I guess invest in themselves to work with you, they are clear on who you are, how you help them, and really what's in it for them. So, what, for the listener today, what are like how can we walk them through that sort of 3 second test so that they can open up their website and hint, this actually goes for like all of your marketing, but we're going to focus just on the website. You open up your website and like you're counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and what are they looking for when they open up their website to see that they pass the 3 second test.
So the 3 second test is, yeah, you basically have 3 seconds. Like the used to be like 3 to 5 seconds. You see reference to that, but just, yeah, better to the attention span that people have these days. Just focus on like the faster the conversion, the better. So the way it works is when you go to someone's website, or go to your own website, is you the first thing they see, like the thing that shows up above the fold, meaning like before they scroll or anything. So the very first thing they see is often referred to as the hero section, and so in that section, that's an area that you can use to really explain like what you do, how you do it, and then like what's in it for them, or like why should they care, basically, and then guiding them to with some sort of next step. So starting off with like that sort of headline area, like the first thing that they see is, yeah, you really want to really make it super clear like what you do and how you do it, and yeah, um, and so that people know it's clear that they can help them, that you're speaking their language, and then you want so that they keep their attention span past those 3 seconds, and then then you use like some sort of call to action, like a button or something, to do that next step, or at least invite them to like keep scrolling down at the very least if they're not ready to act right away.
A lot of times what we see is that people try to get fancy with all of this, right? And use these big elaborate words or use very industry words. But the reality is if you're not the expert in your area, then like is that really going to speak to the person that's looking for, again, going coaches like for the transformation, right? And so you want to keep it really like elementary, like simple language, and I oftentimes, working with copywriters and stuff, will say like a grade 3 language, right? Super simple, super specific, but that the person who's going to your site, they know exactly the transformation they're getting. And like Andrew said, you want to make sure that it's followed up with a call to action. We want to train the brain to these micro yeses when they come to your website, again, also with your marketing, so that your whoever's looking at and interacting with your stuff is training the brain to take the yes, so that when you get them on the call, you're already starting to train the brain to those micro yeses for them to say yes and want to work with you and want to invest in you. Again, it's really about when they're looking at the hero section, your client wants to know that you're speaking to them, right? They want to go to your website and they want to know they're speaking to me. So, right, being specific with exactly who you help if you're a coach, and even, as a business owner, right? Like who does your business serve? Looking at like what are the specific challenges and problems that they are facing, right? So they know like, okay, this person is talking specifically to me. And, your method, your mythology, your way of doing things, so people know that, okay, this is exactly what I'm looking for that's going to help me with the transformation. The thing is right now, especially with AI, and which is fantastic, a lot more, right? Or realities. We're using more AI to support with marketing and support with copy. But the problem is that it's not very specific. It's a lot more vague. And so it's like, especially working with life coaches, for example, it's like, I'm going to help you transform your life. Fantastic. And how many other hundreds of life coaches out there are saying, I'm going to help you transform your life? Like, what specifically? Like, what is your sort of zone of genius? Like, is it helping, right, increase more time with your family? If you're a business coach, increasing revenue in your business. If you're, I was thinking of the neuro coaches, right? Like enrolling this many, this many clients at this kind of price. Like, be specific with the ROI. Like, what is the quote unquote promise you're making? And it's kind of the declaration on your site, so that the person, again, who says yes to work with you, they know sort of what to expect on the other side of the transformation. And I know sometimes it can be kind of challenging because you can help with so many different things, but this is where the market research comes in really handy. It's actually having conversations with your clients so that you can use their words and their language on your website, specifically in the hero section. Because again, 3 seconds, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. It's not a long time for someone who's going to stumble on your website and want to know right away that you're the person that can serve them. Last week we talked about Google, right? So, it's important about wanting to be easy to be found. Now, when people actually find you and get to your website, they want to know that you're actually specifically talking to them. What are some other, do you see any other areas that you find challenges with hero sections, with websites that you find does cost coaches and business owners, clients, when they do go to their hero sections? I just thought of another one, but I want to see if you got anything, because so I'm not doing all the talking.
Yeah. So number one, you mentioned is clarity. You got to make very clear what you do, how you do, why they should care, why they should want to, like, if not take action right away, at least scroll down to like learn more about you. Number two would be like, what if you're gonna support that text with some sort of imagery or video, making sure that images or that video enhances or complements the text. So they go hand in hand. Could be an example of you like a successful client of yours, not say a specific one, but like just showing like the end result of working with you. So you can use images, but make sure they're like adding to the messaging, and not just there as a filler. So
Pretty picture, right? Just to make it look pretty. Well, and on that note too, I think when you think about the images, if you're using video in your hero section, is you want to create a sense that, like, a feeling, right? Some people lead more for analytical with details, which is the importance of the words, but some people lead more by feeling. And so you want to have that feeling and that sense that when they come to your page, it's like, okay, they can really connect with you, right? And so again, you've got those 3 seconds, and these are the things that you're kind of looking for. Like, when my client or customer comes to my site, like, is it really clear how does my personality shine, and then can I connect with them, right? Like, your vibe attracts your tribe. So is your vibe there, and is that what is like welcoming them, right? Like, think about if you actually had a proper store and they open the front door, like, what's the first impression that they get when they walk in? And that's the same thing when it comes to your hero section. And the thing that I was going to add was the importance, and I can't stress this enough because you have no idea how many landing pages I look at, and the CTA button is not above the fold. It's so important that, right, when it's like, okay, they connect with you on like an emotional level, they're like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Like, the next step, as Andrew said, like, being really clear on that CTA, and it's really clear. Book a call, read more, like,
get
just
in touch.
get in touch, grab my freebie, grab my opt-in. And there was something else I was going to say as I was saying that about the CTA button above this goal. Oh, okay. I know. Okay. We'll wrap this up shortly. But one of the other things I'm just thinking about, again, a lot of the mistakes that I see, right? Because you have no idea how many landing pages and websites I have got to see in like many, many beginning years as an educator, as a director, as a coach, and business strategist, is mobile. 45% of people, right? That's right. About
more,
even
more
more.
Than 50%. Yeah.
Okay, more than 50% of people are looking at your site from their cell phones. And that's one of the other places that we often see this is like, you've got to scroll 2 times. That's more than 3 seconds there. So make sure to check, not just on your home, like on a computer, but make sure you're checking on your cell phone, right? Because you want to make sure, and that's why I see it all the time. Like, I mean, it's like the first thing I always notice. It's like, where is the CTA button? Because that's what people are going to want to click at. So you want to make sure it's really clear that people can click there and take action to connect with you, jump on a call, get on your email list, build in some way, shape, or form the relationship with you. But yeah, so I think that those are like the big things that are coming to me because I see it over and over again, right? We talked again last week about Google Business Profile. If you didn't watch that live video, I invite you to go check that out because we really want to encourage you to take advantage of that free tool. And then the second thing is now you're being found. We want to make sure that now people, when they're on your website, they're falling in love with you and they want to take action. And so these are important things. This 3-second rule is, I'm, like I said, I'm looking at landing pages all the time. And so I'm literally like, I'm doing the 3 seconds to really check and see, like, what is that first impression that you are creating for the visitors that are coming to your site. Anything else that is coming to mind that we're missing here?
Those are the main ones. Like, we can get into typography and color, but
Yeah.
we can say that for another day. So I think so what we've covered today for your hero section, really paying attention to, like, what are you actually saying, and like, is that landing with you, or pretending you're third person, because you always have your bias. But yeah, just making sure that, like, that first impression is very strong, and that's really key.
Like here's what's coming to me, because I know, like, a lot of clients that I coach, and we talk about, well, I don't know, who's my niche and who do I serve and all these things. I mean, it's usually the 1.0 version of you, right? Like, you are your 2.0, and it's your 1.0 version, however many years ago, at the beginning of your transformation, especially for a coach, you're usually serving those people. So I want you to ask yourself, like, put yourself in that position and take yourself back, a year, 5 years, 10 years, or whenever your journey started to get you to where you are today. If you were to stumble upon your website back then, would you take action on that site? Like, is that coach answering what you're looking for, right? And I think that's going to really support you, because it's about putting yourself back in the shoes, right, of your ideal client, to support with knowing if this lands or not. And it's so easy, right? And as I was saying earlier about the jargon piece, like, keep it simple. Keep it super, super simple. Look for those measurables. Be super clear on the transformation that you are, promising. And, like, you don't have to make things up. Like, have conversations with your ideal clients. Pay attention. Go deeper. And really, I mean, that's the gold, is just using their own words on your site so that exactly, it really speaks to them, right? So we do offer a web audit, and this is a magical tool that really helps. I know, I love the magic, because I just find there's so much magic. There's so much magic when you get behind the scenes of your website. And this audit really does help pinpoint and support you in identifying things like in your hero section, and does your language land, and does it speak to our ideal client? And we will drop the link below if you want to grab the web audit. What's really amazing is it actually doesn't take anything of your time. It actually is us and our team that will run the audit for you. And then it comes with a 15-minute call with Andrew, so then he can support you and let you know, hey, here are some things, here are some opportunities to increase your visibility, increase being found by your ideal clients, to be able to increase the revenue that you're creating with your business. So we'll have the link below there so you can grab your audit, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Happy Friday.